People may not realize nowadays how strictly vetted everything was. There's a lot of aura around the deep throat source that Bob had, whose name was only known to Bob and to Ben and to Carl at the time. But in fact,
Ben did not know it.
Or Ben did not. He knew it later.
Know till
right,
after
it
was all over.
That's true. But there were many other sources that they had, all of whom we knew. So for years I knew who Deep Throat wasn't because we knew who all their other sources were. And we eventually went very high up into the White House. And every important fact in a story had to have two separate sources for it. And they had to be confidential in many cases, and so the readers had to trust us. But the editors had to know who those sources were. And they had to be sources that knew it from two different perspectives, not that just told each other and then told us. Because we were very, very afraid of making a mistake. For the longest time, the Washington Post was alone in this story. There was no internet then. The other newspapers were afraid of the story. Our own national political staff thought that these kids were nuts, and because it just was so hard to believe that this could be possible. Katharine Graham was being warned by her friends that she was making a terrible mistake, might lose the newspaper. The licenses for television stations were challenged by the Nixon administration. It was actually a frightening time in terms of if we made a mistake, it would be the end of us.